John Wick wins. On Amazon, John Wick X has been the best-selling movie for literally this whole month. So it's not surprising John Wick Chapter 3 is selling so well. And also, John Wick is basically giving the middle finger to the people who say home media is dead and people only buy stuff on digital and Netflix. I think this is worldwide. I don't know if this is worldwide sales. So 3 million units and package media, electronic sales, and bought its arrival in late August. So, this is combined. They don't have the sadly they don't have this for Alita Battle Angel. I'd like to see Alita's full sales. Um, but anyways, make sure like or dislike. Make sure you either subscribe or if you don't, you don't have to. If you want to see more videos about John Wick and other Alita Battle Angel and other good movies, not bad movies, good movies, and of course make sure you comment and how it helps the YouTube algorithm to detect this video, especially considering I'm competing with the biggest channels of over 100,000 to 10,000 subscribers who do cover this as well. Um, and of course, John Wick Chapter 3 has sold 3 million copies. It is the best-selling Lionsgate movie since 2014, which was The Hunger Games Part 1. Let's start, mind you, Hunger Games so Box Office Mojo, Hunger Games, franchised, Away About Angel has also been selling well. It has sold 800,000 on Blu-ray alone. And it probably is similar to John Wick sales, 3 million combined. Which includes, because Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 made 2 times the money as John Wick, and John Wick is beating Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. So, John Wick is beating Hunger Games in sales. Among all the many major electronic cell phone sales, John Wick is the biggest ever, surpassing John Wick 2 in 3 days. And is already available on DVD and Blu-ray. First John Wick didn't really raise eyebrows with box office goals in '89, and then France has given Pix Boom an open market and of course sold watch copies. Validated Lionsgate's expectations of 92 million domestically and 131 million, and of course John Wick Chapter 3 made double, making that money. Chapter 3 was one of some of the standout picks, impressive from a mini made the sea of Diddy IP. Basically Disney's monopoly. Lionsgate tells us that John Wick 3 is over-indexing on home entertainment roles comparable to action sales that gross better than 250 million. Traffic Hallelujah Battle Angel is beating movies that gross like 2 to 3 times its 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 box office. John Wick is basically beating most movies that have grossed 200 million at the domestic box office. Alita Battle Angel is beating other similar films that have grossed $100 million at the box office. It's Alita Battle Angel is also doing really well, but John Wick has been doing really well. Of course, if you don't know, I've been going over Alita Battle Angel's weekly Blu-ray sales. I made a complaint that is saying, the doctors nobody's buying movies on Blu-ray anymore because people only buy stuff on Netflix. Well, John Wick Bates said, you know what, to trends. John Wick basically gave the middle finger to the trends, okay? John Wick basically said, John Wick is like beating everybody's expectations. Same thing with Rita. Rita said basically was like giving middle finger to trends and said, well, everybody could buy it. Really about Angel. Same thing with John Wick. Everybody's buying John Wick on Amazon, okay? There's a surge of strong growth, package media, electronic food, and spirit demand platforms. John Wick, of course, you see on Amazon, okay? Aladdin didn't beat John Wick, okay? Aladdin is still ahead of. Aladdin didn't beat John Wick. Spider-Man Far From Home, that's a pre-order. That's not out yet. So out of the movies that are out, John Wick is beating Aladdin, okay? Aladdin made $350 million. John Wick didn't make as much money as Aladdin, okay? Came out on the same day. John Wick is completely just beating Aladdin, okay? Because more people are going to want to see John Wick Chapter 3 than Aladdin. Same thing with Godzilla. Godzilla is beating the X-Men Dark Phoenix. Even though Godzilla they make more money than Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix is going to go down pretty soon. Hocus Pocus, Toy Story 4, that's a pre-order. For some reason, there was only one review, and there was a 2-star review for Toy Story 4. There was like one review, and it was like a 2-star review. Free from Hell. And of course, Man Pack International has stayed exactly at 20. Man Pack International has not moved at all because I guess all the SJWs decided to save Man Pack International from flopping. But John Wick is beating, movies that have grossed 250 way more money. Same thing with Rita Battle Angel. Rita Battle Angel is beating movies. It has sold way more copies than us. Okay, Rita Battle Angel. Okay, right here. So John Wick is doing just how overperforming again, because according to trends, nobody buys home media anymore. So that means John Wick's gonna be overperforming on the Blu-rays department, especially if it beats Aladdin. Especially if it beats Aladdin on its first week. Okay, that is definitely saying that more people would rather watch John Wick than Aladdin. Okay, this is what Alita Battle Angel is. Alita Battle Angel on home media had beaten Us, which Us made basically double the money as Alita Battle Angel. Us is currently here. It is below the Pet Sematary remake, which the Pet Sematary remake made way less money, but Pet Sematary is a way more recognizable name than Us. Okay, it's basically a recognizable name, and Pet Sematary didn't really have much competition. Its first 2 weeks of sale. Its first week of sales, there's really no releases, so of course it did pretty well on its first few weeks of sales. And it did pretty well on its first week because there was no movies to compete with. So Pet Sematary was basically beating every other movie. And then Shazam and Alita came out, and Pet Sematary kind of got forgotten. Us, but then you can see Us is doing. This is Us's sales, and Alita Battle Angel, both Blu-ray and DVD. Us is selling way worse, despite us making way more money than Alita Battle Angel. Okay, Us isn't big as or Crazy Rich Asians. Crazy Rich Asians has still not has sold as much as Alita Battle Angel, despite it selling 2 times more copies. No, 2 times more tickets than Alita. And another example is Grass, which sold more was more popular than Alita. Alita still defeated Grass. And there's no way Man Back to National and Dark Phoenix is going to pass Alita. There's no way. Those movies sold way less tickets than Alita Battle Angel and made way less money than Alita. Okay, you can see here Smallfoot. That came out last year, so that made less money than that made around the same amount of money as Alita. Alita has already beaten Smallfoot in sales. Okay, already Smallfoot was defeated by Alita. And the Watch that came out last year, Peppermint, that made less money than Alita. And Solo that came out last year. I can't really compare movies to last year. Go look at last year. Alita Battle Angel. This is at the current rate. Alita Battle Angel has beaten The Equalizer 2 and Pitch Perfect 3. And probably by the end of the year, it could beat Mission Impossible Fallout. Mission Impossible Fallout didn't do too well. Okay, it's at 1.2 million copies. Well, it's 925,000 copies, and Mission Impossible Fallout. So Alita Battle Angel could actually beat Mission Impossible. Okay, that's sold $200 million. Okay, 200. Mission Impossible Fallout will probably go back up on Black Friday. Another movie that Alita Battle Angel has outsold is A Quiet Place. Quiet Place made more money than Alita, and Ocean's 8 more money than Alita. You can see here a lot of these movies made more money than Alita. Boo that made around the same amount of money as Alita. No, it didn't. The first one did, not the second one. Maze Runner, Death Cure. These are movies that would gross like $60 to $40 million. Wrinkle of Time that definitely made less copies. With Shape of Water, despite selling similar to Alita, it made way less. It was like the first Boo made like $70 million. Robin Hood, that's old. That's an old movie. That's the old one. We can see here. Deathless. Some of these movies have made more money than Alita, but have sold less copies. Not Deadpool. Deadpool's an old movie. The Predator. Um, sold less copies than Alita. Yeah, and you can see here John Wick. And John Wick is outselling the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Which, now let's go to John Wick. John Wick has now passed a movie that has made twice. Okay, in terms of movies by Lionsgate, John Wick is basically beating a movie that has sold twice amount of copies. So twice amount is selling just as well as a movie that made $300 million. Okay, or Aladdin. Okay, Aladdin is another comparison. On Amazon, okay, Amazon, Aladdin. This is Aladdin. Aladdin sold this many copies. But on Amazon, John Wick is beating Aladdin. Okay, and after the embargo on Disney movies have ended, John Wick is still beating Aladdin. Okay, Spider-Man Far From Home did pass John Wick, but that's now and it is a Spider-Man movie, so and a lot of people are going to buy it because it's the last Spider-Man, possibly last Spider-Man MCU movie ever. So of course people are going to buy it. But Aladdin is still couldn't beat John Wick. I looked every day. John Wick was always ahead of Aladdin. Okay, always ahead of Aladdin. There was no way John Wick beat those was behind, and especially us. Us paying the same amount of money. John Wick's going to defeat us on DVD alone. Okay, DVD alone is just gonna be us. It's gonna be neck and neck with us as DVD plus Blu-ray. Okay, okay, and then we can see here Detective Pikachu. And considering that Alita Battle Angel sold way more copies than us made, no, on Blu-ray. See Alita Battle Angel, and this is Alita Battle Angel's gross up to us and up to Dumbo. Dumbo actually sold more copies. Glass sold more money. Same thing of Upside and then we have Alita Battle Angels outselling the Grinch, which is at $270 million, and I bet John Wick is gonna beat the Grinch too. John Wick is outselling movies that have sold $250 million. Okay, $250 million at the box office. $250 million. So it's probably gonna be movies like Hobbit, um I Am Legend, but that actually came out before streaming. Movies that came out after streaming, so 2018 comparisons are like Mission Impossible Fallout, $220 million, Justice League sold more tickets than Logan, The Band of the Furious, um despite John Wick not selling as well as these three movies, John Wick is selling better than movies beyond this. Possibly it's being movies like Thor Ragnarok and Spider-Man, not Spider-Man Homecoming, and movies like Deadpool 2 and Aquaman. We have to see the actual first week because The Last Jedi. It's hopefully it will be fun if it outsells The Last Jedi. That movie made way more money than John Wick. But it'll be just funny because The Last Jedi does not deserve to be one of the best-selling movies on Blu-ray. Batman v Superman, probably outsell that. Yeah, and this is when Blu-rays have been doing better. No, it's selling more. Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts, and John Wick has been and of course it's gonna be Jason Bourne. And that's basically it. John Wick selling way better, and this is best for Lionsgate since Hunger Games. Oh, since Hunger Games. So that means it's outside of part 2 of Hunger Games. So that came out 2015. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 was it's being beaten by John Wick. So even then, may still being movies that made more money than it came out. So John Wick is definitely overperforming like Alita Battle Angel on Blu-ray. Goodbye.